Welcome to the Through the Back podcast. Second video of the day. We've lost Mock, but we've managed to retain Crowley on a 40-minute contract.
Slight thigh strain, so you know.
Yeah, so we've got the main man still. We might sign him on a permanent basis. We've kind of
contracted
That's
the talk.
Talk to my agent.
Contract.
That's talk to my agent.
Obviously, through at the back, then we'll still be
deal
back. But, we're like a Thomas Tuchel. We don't know what's going to happen. Could be a fullback. Who knows?
Adaptive.
We're going to start off this one just a little bit about the league table, where teams are, where we think they should be, what surprised us, what's not, and then I think Crowley will take us through some fixtures on end of season, who's got the toughest run, etc., etc., etc. And then Gorner will take us through the January transfer window, who did the best, who did the worst, and then we'll probably do some potential incomings in the summer, what Chelsea need. Gorner will do Liverpool, Crowley will do Man United. If you don't know, Crowley don't really support anyone, but probably if it was out of any of them, it'd probably be United. Just love
I got United bias.
Yeah. And then if you've got enough time at the end, we'll probably talk about the law and then the rules and VAR and the boring stuff. But we'll get into it anyway. Do you want to start from first to last or last to first?
Whichever, mate. I'm happy to do either.
We'll start.
I think it's
from. What are you saying, Corey?
I was going to say, I think it's more fun if we work our way up.
Yeah. We'll start from the bottom. So we've got bottom is Sheffield United, play 22, won 3, drawn 2, lost 17, minus 21 goal difference on 11 points. I'll start and say I'm quite shocked. No, I am, to be fair. After seeing them last season, they were good. They were solid.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, it's a weird one because they weren't good, were they? Like they got the good results, but like if you look at their players, like they're not a good team. And like even last season, even though they done well, they still struggled a lot to score goals.
Yeah. Before obviously they came up last season, before they came up, they were touted to go back down again. They weren't meant to do that. It's not like Leeds where they've come up. People expected them to do well. They've done well. Like a Wolves, Sheffield United were never meant to do well.
No.
I think Chrissy Wilder's obviously got them playing that certain way. And to be fair, I was watching match today, and they were looking at Sheffield United like 2 months ago. They had no one in the box.
Yeah.
The last game flooded the box of players.
Yeah, I think Chris Wilder's got to the point now where it's like a Hail Mary in American football. It's the last roll of the dice. They have to score goals if they, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the last few weeks you've got to really give it to Sheffield United. They were far gone, and now they're 1 point behind 19th West Brom, even though that's still relegation. But like everyone thought they were bottom table,
they could have easily thrown in the towel.
Yeah,
they could have easily.
In my opinion, Sheffield United are better than West Brom and Fulham without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, Fulham,
it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
difficult. Like Fulham have the better individual players going throughout the team.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on to them now. So obviously, what I'll do like the relegation, then I'll do like mid-table, then I'll work our way up. So then we've got West Brom 19th, Fulham 18th, West Brom on 12 points, and Fulham on 14. I think we all started. I think we'll agree that's how the bottom three will sit now.
Yeah.
Whether or not in that order, I don't know.
I think 17 games left. There's still a lot of games left, but Fulham 18th, 2 points above West Brom, 8 points off Burnley, who are 17th, 8 points. It's a lot to make up.
But you've got to look here now. Fulham do have a game in hand on Newcastle, which if they do win, they go to 17 points.
Yeah, 5 points behind. I said earlier in an earlier podcast that I predicted Newcastle to go down, but that was when they didn't have Jamal Lascelles and St. Maximin back. Yeah. Now they have them back. I feel like Newcastle they'll push on. They'll finish mid-table again, in my opinion. But
yeah, I think we can agree they'll stay the same. No real surprise really. I think if we did this at the start, I think we would have said West Brom and Fulham in there.
yeah,
Whether we would have put Sheffield in there or not is another thing. But going on to then from 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, and 10, we've got Newcastle 16th, Brighton 15th, Wolves 14th, Palace 13th, Southampton 12th, Leeds 11th, and Arsenal 10th. To be honest with you, bar probably Arsenal being 10th, I'd say them teams are probably right where they are.
I agree.
I don't know. I feel like
Burnley and
Wolves.
Newcastle, and Brighton at 17th, 16th, and 15th. I think.
Yeah.
Wolves were just really unlucky that Jimenez got injured, and they had
Yeah.
that. The lad they've put in, William Jose, he looked good.
Yeah.
I think Wolves and Southampton are, in my opinion, are a bigger shock being 14th and 12th than Arsenal, who are 10th, in my opinion.
Is it?
I don't know. I like the way Southampton play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wolves probably have a better squad than Arsenal as well.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
think of it though.
And
4 games ago, Southampton were pushing top 4,
Yeah.
and they've lost 4 games in a row now, and now they're 12th. That just proves how close the Prem actually is this year.
It's close in all areas. Like there's not like, we could easily say 3 weeks ago that it was probably 20th, and then 19, 18th, 17, 16th. But now it's, do you know what I mean? And
it's hard
I
to judge
think
whether it's that as well because of the games in hand.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's obviously due to COVID. So obviously looking now, Villa. We'll get to Villa now, but they've only played. They got 2 games in hand on most of the league.
FFLR91. Appreciate the follow, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes, see it. Well done, you. Good,
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, and I think with Wolves as well, it's losing your main man, and then obviously the injury Jimenez had was awful,
I'm surprised he's playing football again. To be totally honest,
he's recovered very quickly.
Yeah, fair play to
him. Then obviously going into the top half of the table, then we've got Aston Villa in 9th, Tottenham in 8th, Everton in 7th, Chelsea in 6th, and West Ham in 5th.
Shocks in there, I think.
Yeah. I think the biggest shock there has to be obviously Aston Villa sitting 9th, but with 2 games in hand.
Yeah, they win them 2 games in hand. They go above you.
They go to 38. They go joint points with.
They go 30 joint points with West Ham, yeah.
And they'll probably have a better goal difference. So, potentially
yeah.
Villa can go up to 5th with these games in hand. And I think, to be honest with you, the way they've played, you can't really have any complaints about it. I thought they've been great this year.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about Villa is, I don't know, I feel like whenever they lose, they seem to complain a lot about decisions when the only reason they're in the league is because of that goal against Sheffield United.
VAR decision last year, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, it works both ways, doesn't it? But you got to give it to them.
Spurs 8th, considering they were top of the league about a month and a half ago. They've had a serious decline, I think.
Since we beat them at Anfield 2-1.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it's not like they aren't getting the results. I just don't think they're good enough. They're not playing good enough to get the results.
No, especially with Kane out now.
Weird, weren't they? I think they had that period with Poch where their players were probably at their peak in regards to the whole squad in general. And they've got to a point now, I think a few of those boys, like Alderweireld, for example,
Dyer at the back.
I don't think any of their back
four. I don't think any of their back four good enough. I don't think Ben Davies is good enough for that standard. I don't think Aurier is good enough for that standard. Don't get me wrong, in the midfield they've got talent. Because I personally like Winks. I think that on the end on Bele, technically class.
I think Højbjerg's quality.
Yeah, even though Kovacic is probably, if you emptied his back pockets, Ndombele would probably be there.
Here we
go. We'll get on to that in a minute. No, but individually, the class, I personally think, because it was a stat when about 3 years ago before Liverpool City went a bit of a mad one. Over the last 3 years, Spurs would have won the league by like 15 points. Like, I just think there's a mentality issue in that club.
I feel like Spurs done Liverpool, what Liverpool have done the past 2 years. Spurs done that for 3 years without going that extra mile.
Yeah.
The consistency and all that.
Signings. Spurs just have rubbish like shit transfer policy. They just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think for Spurs signing, apart from Son, that's like just absolutely blown. Like of late as well, I've just absolutely blown everyone out of the park.
Because even when they signed that on Dembele, he got a lot of stick, didn't he? When he first came, he wasn't.
He started like the first game or two well, and then all of a sudden, he just didn't play.
Yeah. I just don't think. I think Spurs have that. You know, the closest they've got was when they were. Was it the 15-16 season or 14-15 when Leicester won it? When everyone had a stink. I think Chelsea finished like
chance. That was Arsenal's chance as well.
Yeah, and I remember when Chelsea drew them 2-2, and Spurs. You saw Spurs physically lose their heads and crumble on that pitch. The way they acted, they snapped everyone. I think since then they've got to they've got to one final, Champions League, lost it. They've been in many positions in the league where they can capitalise, bottled it. They don't bring in the players with that mentality. Like, we could argue, say United haven't had that mentality until Bruno's come in.
Yeah.
You know? And another thing we could talk about with transfers, Harry Kane's like 28 next month, won nothing.
He's going to be like a Di Natale.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go anywhere, he's not going to win anything. And his career won't be looked as big on as other players. It will for Spurs fans and stuff, but everyone else, I don't know. I feel like no one will be mentioning Harry Kane as the best Premier League striker.
No.
Ever.
Like Shearer a little bit as well. Like, obviously, Shearer's got 260 Premier League goals. He's the top goal scorer in the Prem. Never won anything.
I should say now in the chat, it's like, you know, they rely so much on Kane and you know, when they started, Kane and Son had that partnership where they would score 4 goals and assist each other like every game. But
the thing is with Shearer though,
absolutely lost in that Chelsea game.
Literally didn't do anything at all.
Did nothing. There wasn't once in that game that I watched Spurs, bar the header probably, or maybe the last 10 minutes when we stepped off, did I go, they're going to create something here. Lamella came on, to be fair, and tried.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, nothing.
What do you think about Ali and Bale?
There's something going on there.
Yeah, it's the same with Danny Rose. Something's going on behind the scenes.
Because, like, did you watch the Amazon documentary?
Yeah.
Dele Alli
loved Dele Alli.
Literally is his best mate, like, and then all of a sudden he's just straight gun.
And what have you seen the interview with Jose afterwards? The interview asked him, said, why didn't you bring Bale on? And he replied, that's a good question, which you're not going to get the answer for.
Yeah.
So people want to know what's going on because, you know.
I think Jose's the sort of guy, like, you hear stories about him with, I think it was Zlatan back in his Inter days, and Zlatan wanted to come off, and he purposely, to make a point to Zlatan, subbed off Julio Cesar instead of Zlatan, just to make a point. And I can see Mourinho doing the same petty stuff with, like, Bale.
It makes you think Bale didn't want him in Real. Was that a Gareth Bale loan, or was that a Tottenham Hotspur loan? Do you know what I mean? Like, did Bale actually want him on loan?
I feel like the situation between Dele Alli and Bale is a lot different. I feel like Bale's accepted now that he doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
Like, everything's happened with Rodri. I think he's more than happy to sit on the bench and play golf.
I've heard rumours that PSG have asked for Dele Alli and Tottenham have completely waived off any interest. But then he's absolutely nowhere near the first team.
Yeah, I think that's just for backup, mainly.
Yeah. Like, we'll move on to Everton, 7th. To be honest with you, I'd say 7th is pretty bang on for Everton.
They'll go up, though. They've got 2 games in hand.
2 games in hand, yeah. They can go above us.
Above Liverpool if they win both of them.
They'll go, depending on how big they win, they could go up into 3rd if they win 2 games in hand.
Yeah, joint point. Yeah.
I think Carlo's obviously a world-class manager. No two ways
I've
about
said
it.
it for years. When he's at Bayern, Real Madrid, like he obviously was at Milan.
Look at his CV. He's had the biggest jobs in the world.
Yeah.
Look what he's done with Calvert-Lewin as well.
I'm really surprised Chelsea didn't go in for him before they appointed Frank. Quite surprised.
Yeah, Chelsea before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like Frank was personally. I feel like Frank was brought in because there was a transfer ban, and he knew that all academy players look up to him.
Frank Lampard was brought in as a safety net. No one could complain. It's Frank Lampard. He's using you.
Ollie was originally. That's what Ollie was brought in for. He's actually loaned off.
It's the same as, for example, like say Liverpool had a transfer ban now. They didn't have all the top players, and they had to bring academy players through. Steven Gerrard, in a club like Liverpool, would get the academy players playing the best they've ever played.
No Liverpool fan could ever go at Gerrard's throat.
Yeah.
Like no Chelsea fan ever went at Frank. With us Chelsea fans at Frank, we never hated Frank. We hated the dream that we were sold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were sold this club legend that will take youth and get Chelsea into this project. When realistically, you look at the facts. Yeah, Frank Lampard was only given an 18-month contract.
It was never the case. Was it? Yeah,
do you think the Everton squad is actually that good?
Not really, to be honest.
Name me 3 players from Everton that you take in the Liverpool squad.
I think you take James Rodriguez just because of his ability, his technical ability.
Like in just the squad or starting 11? Like into the Liverpool starting 11. Starting 11, I wouldn't take any of them, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't personally take any of them from or I'd take Digne. I like Digne as a left back. I think he's good.
He's class. Yeah,
I like Digne, but we got Robbo. So
I take Decore. No, Alan. Alan when he was playing.
Alan is good. Yeah.
We'll move on to Chelsea then. We'll go through this because we've got some other stuff we've got to go through. Chelsea 6th. A week ago, we were 9th. Now we're up to 6th. All of a sudden, it looks a little bit brighter. Still, my opinion, obviously 6th for Chelsea Football Club is not good enough. You know that.
I don't think we'll finish 6th.
No, I don't think we will. I personally think we have a good chance of getting top 4 now. I think we can push on now. And I think we got rid of Frank Lampard at the best time possible.
Yeah, the thing I
don't see you getting top 4.
The thing I feel the problem with Chelsea fans is you all get caught up in this phase now. Like Tuchel's come in, you've won 2 games, and you're thinking, we're gonna get top 4. Like players.
I think we have a world-class squad. You look at our bench.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do well in the league.
No, but the way the league is going, there's no reason why Tuchel can't grind out top 4 from getting the best.
I'd just like to say, Tuchel as a manager, I think he's class.
Exceptional. You can just tell. You can just see it.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll rephase it to agree with everyone. I don't know if we'll get top 4, but we've definitely got a chance.
You've got more of a chance now than what you did when Frank Lampard was in.
But then Villa, Everton, they got a chance as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could even make
look at the top 4 at the minute. City, United, Leicester, Liverpool. Can you see any of them finishing outside the top 4?
Liverpool, but
Leicester have the like it's normal for them to bottle something. Leicester did it last season.
But then you've got other teams like West Ham, Everton.
If you lose to City and we beat Sheffield United, we go, 1 point behind you?
Because
we'll go into the fixtures. We'll move on to the fixtures, obviously, after this, and we'll then...
Even though Spurs has still got a game in hand over you, so if they win that, they're level on points with you. So they're not out of it.
And that's what I mean, though. Like, we're talking the fixtures. Like, you can't say... Chelsea, Everton, and Spurs can't get top 4 because it is so close.
Yeah, the only one out of the big so-called big 6 that you know is not going to get top 4, and that's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal. The rest of them can.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying I believe Chelsea can get top 4 is on the basis of how weird this Premier League season's been.
Yeah. You definitely got more of a chance now than when Lampard was in.
Yeah,
but
and I think people will see a difference in Chelsea's team with these players a lot quicker than what people think, just because Tuchel is such a man management sort of coach, and with the ability Chelsea have individually, I think that will be enough to push for top 4. Just on individual class, which I think we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think, look at the performances of Tony Rudiger coming in. I personally, I'll sit here and I'll hand on heart say I never wanted Rudiger to put on another Chelsea shirt. But in the last 3 games, he hasn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, but you look at 99% of teams that get rid of a manager and bring a new one in instantly.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Start playing better, and then all of a sudden they have one. Look at Ollie when he came in. He went on that run, and then all of a sudden he went on a shit run. I
just think with the individual class we have, we will be able to get results.
Sounds a bit mad, but I think your best chance of getting Champions League football is winning the Champions League.
Yeah, I'd probably back that, to be honest. Yeah,
but like, we'll move on because we were taking too much time. But from my personal opinion, I think the individual class in Chelsea's squad is up there with the best. When you can bring on Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and N'Golo Kante off the bench, you have a chance of winning a football game.
I think not City or Liverpool level when the squads are fully fit, but definitely up there.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. You can't argue that we have the same ability as Manchester United and Tottenham as an Arsenal, if not better.
West Ham, should we move on to them?
Yeah, massive shock. What they're doing up there, I don't know, but absolute fair play.
Got to give it to David Moyes. Fair play to him. He's turned around his whole career this season.
Yeah. After United, I thought he was done.
Went United, then he went. Where did he go in Spain? He went somewhere in Spain. Sociedad, yeah. And then he went Sunderland. Got relegated with them, and now he's fair play to him. Fair play.
Then we got Liverpool 4th. To me, that's a shock. I never thought I'd be saying Liverpool 4th.
Yeah, it was a shock at the start of the season. Given the injuries, to me, it's not a shock.
No, now you could probably say with everything that's happened, they've probably done well
to be even 4th. I think we've done well. Yeah. And I don't want to bring it up like referees and all that stuff, but if you look at decisions that have gone against us in certain games,
they're big decisions, like
the Everton one, for example. That goal that was given offside that wasn't offside, we win that game 3-2. So there's another 2 points. So technically now we're above Leicester in 3rd with that game.
Yeah.
It's small margins like that, but I think with the injuries we've done well to even be 4th.
Yeah. Leicester 3rd. Shocked that they're 3rd, but I'm not shocked that they're up there. If you put Leicester 5th,
I don't know.
How long's Vardy out for?
I don't know.
It's not that long. I think it's a couple of weeks. So it's not bad, I don't think.
Interesting to see.
Ruled out.
Obviously, last season they were doing really well and dropped off.
22nd of January, Leicester striker ruled out for a few weeks to have hernia operation.
Yeah, it's not nice. He should be back soon.
So yeah, he'll probably be back within 2-3 weeks.
United 2nd. Quite surprised at that. I thought they'd be
surprised at that.
If you put United anywhere between 6th and 3rd, that'd be more realistic. 2nd, you can't complain. Ollie's done a job. He's doing a job to get results.
Yeah, and I don't know what Ollie has to do on it. Like we spoke about this earlier. I don't know what Ollie has to do in order for people to actually give him some respect now.
Yeah, but I think that's just the
consistency. I think.
Yeah, how can you want to like that, but then lose to Sheffield United and not qualify in your Champions League group? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then obviously City first. No shock.
Even before all the injuries for Liverpool, I said at the start of the season, I think City will win the league.
Yeah.
Just losing out last year.
Yeah, I think.
I don't. City are just too good.
I think if looking at the fixtures, which we'll go into now, if United are going to win the league, this is their best chance in a long, long time because City's fixtures are pretty rough coming up now. I don't see next season. I think Liverpool will be back to normal. I think Chelsea will be better with Tuchel.
Yeah.
Leicester are still building without Vardy's getting on, but like the likes of Ndidi and Tielemans and those boys, Maddison, they're just going to get better. I think United, if they want to, have to do it now.
And I think if United drop any more sort of points against teams like Sheffield or something,
no chance. Yeah,
because look at they have a game in hand. City, they're probably going to win it. They're 6 points clear anyway.
If City beat Liverpool, then it's game over. They've almost got one hand on the trophy.
I think depending on the result, I think if we beat City, titles are wide open again. If City beat us, City are gonna absolutely run away with it.
So Craig, talk us through probably just like the last few fixtures of like the top, the big teams, Man United.
So I got City, United, Chelsea, and I think Leicester's fixtures up, but we'll have to touch Leicester. I think most interesting one looking at City's and the amount of games they have as well in the space of such a short amount of time is ridiculous. So obviously on Sunday they got Liverpool, and then 3 days later they got Swansea away in the FA Cup. They should obviously win that. They're favourites for that. But Swansea, I think, I know for a fact they have the best defensive record in the whole of the EFL.
They got that Chelsea boy on loan. That is the guy, someone.
Yeah, Mark Way. He's class.
Yeah, he's nuts.
3 days after that, then they got Spurs at home. 4 days after that, they got Everton away. Then they've got Arsenal away. 4 days after that, then the Champions League starts again, and obviously City need to win the Champions League. Pep needs to win it with them. That's 3 days later again. West Ham, 3 days later. This is still in February. They're at home. They got Mönchengladbach away, by the way. They got to go there. 3 days later, they have to come back and play West Ham at home. And then a week later, then they got Man United at home. And then that eases up from there. But
it's a tough run, in it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It's a tough run. But if they come out of there with, 4 out of 5 wins, then
the problem I feel with City with the Champions League is they've obviously got the strength in depth to do both Premier League and Champions League. But I feel like Pep, he plays the same team a lot.
Yeah.
So he'll play, for example, the same team, I don't know, say like Everton now, and then 3 days later in the Champions League, a big game, he'll play the same team.
Yeah.
Like they have the strength and depth. Play a sort of weaker side against Everton that it's still more than good enough to beat Everton, and then put the full squad out in the Champions League. Because if you ask, I'm pretty sure it was the same with Liverpool fans. You ask any Liverpool fan, would they rather Premier League or Champions League? It's Premier League because we won the Champions League numerous times. You ask any City fan, would you rather Premier League or Champions League? Champions League because they've never won it. So for me, Pep Guardiola has to focus on Champions League. If that means playing a weaker side, which is not exactly a weaker side because it's still good enough to win the league, he has to do it in the Premier League, not play the same side every game.
Yeah.
It's like 3 games a week.
What's interesting, I thought against Burnley, Kyle Walker was on the bench and Laporte started right back. Cancelo was left back. Mendy was on the bench as well.
It shows the quality in the squad. Do you know what I mean? It just like the fact that he can actually use Laporte as last year, we're probably one of the best centre halves going. Do you know what I mean? And you go into any team to put him right back and be like, yeah, I can do that, and drop Kyle Walker, who I paid 50 million for.
Yeah,
it just you know what I mean.
One United's fixtures.
Yeah, go for United because I've got Chelsea's up here, and then we can do Liverpool.
Really, Everton, West Ham. The next 2 games, obviously West Ham's in the FA Cup, which I'd like to think if I was Ollie, I would sack off Europa League and the FA Cup. I'd give the FA Cup and Europa League players like Dan James 90 minutes just to get a bit of sharpness, just in case he does have to come on. I'd give those boys minutes. And then United have a rough patch towards the end of the season. They have Liverpool at home, Villa away, Leicester at home, and they got 2 games after that, Fulham and Wolves. Those 3 games are massive.
Yeah.
But apart from that, United haven't really got like much of a rough spell. Actually, I say that after Sociedad, they got Chelsea away, City away, and then obviously West Ham at home. But I fancy United away.
They're winnable games, like you said. If there's a time for them to win, they have to pick up like maximum points from these to put any sort of pressure on City.
Yeah.
I've got Chelsea's fixtures now, so we've got Sheffield United, then we've got Newcastle, then we've got Southampton. So I personally think the start Tuchel's had, he couldn't have asked for an easier run. He's had Wolves, Burnley, Spurs, all good wins. He's now got Sheffield United he can capitalise on. He's then got Newcastle that he can capitalise on. He's got Southampton then that was all. There should be 9 out of 9 there. Do you know what I mean? Points. It's then we get to
Atletico, United, Everton,
and
then
Leeds
away as well.
Liverpool. So I want 9 out of 9 there, and then it comes into 4 tough games where, you know, we beat Leeds. It's just the United Liverpool games which could really. But by that point, who fucking knows with this league? We could be 5 points above Liverpool, or we could still be.
If I were you boys, I'd get the league out. Yeah, I just wouldn't focus on where you come in the league now. I'd just be more concerned.
I disagree though. I still think there's enough time to put. There's 4 points between me and us and Liverpool with 16. How many games?
If Liverpool beat City, there's no reason why Liverpool can't actually go for a title charge.
Yeah, God no. But then if Liverpool are only 4 points above, and we beat Sheffield, we're still 4 points. Why can't Chelsea go for a title charge? We've got a fitter squad than them.
You can't say that.
No, I'm not saying we are going for it, but I'm saying there's only 4 points between teams. There's no reason why if Liverpool beat City, that Leicester can't go for a title charge, and United can't go for a title charge.
Liverpool have some tough games coming up.
I think if we get top 4, Tuchel's done well. Okay. But like the league is so tight, there's no reason why if Liverpool beat City, Leicester aren't licking their lips and going, fuck, all right, we can go for this. Especially United, you know. And then obviously, I don't know what Liverpool's fixtures are like, but I can imagine.
Ours are tough. We got City, then Leicester, then Leipzig, then Everton, and then we got 2 which should be wins: Sheffield United, Fulham, and then we got Leipzig, Wolves, Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa, Leeds, and then obviously like Newcastle.
Like
United.
I said, in 4 games' time, Villa could win both their games in hand. We could win the 3 of us. Liverpool could lose the 3. Liverpool could be 10 points behind Villa. Or Liverpool could actually come out the blocks, win them 3 games.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Liverpool aren't the benchmark over there. It's City.
So to be fair, Liverpool probably don't have much pressure on them now.
Our aim is top 4 at the moment. Our aim is top 4. If we beat City, maybe beat Leicester, beat Everton, then we're thinking, okay, no, ours is title now. We're going for the title.
Yeah.
But until that,
looking at Leicester's fixtures, Leicester haven't got like a 3-game period. They got like 2 games max back to back, where they got West Ham and City back to back, and they also have like Arsenal and Prague and Villa back to back. But
I think it's fascinating how this season, in the space of literally 2 weeks, relegation and the title charge can completely change like that. I think it's brilliant. Every week of football, every pod we do will be completely different. They'll never be like obviously if City continue like
there'll always be new challenges for top 4 because I think City personally are going to run away with it now. I don't think anyone's going to catch
it. But there'll be a different name. If Liverpool lose and Chelsea win, next week we can sit and be like, okay, Chelsea are 1 point behind. Why can't they go for top 4?
Yeah.
So, I mean, or we lose, Liverpool win, title comes open, Chelsea are out of it.
I think this month, February, for Man City will basically dictate whether they win the league or not.
Yeah.
With the fixtures they have.
If
they get through February, fine. If they get through February, fine. I reckon the league's theirs.
Yeah.
4 minutes left. I don't know if Gorno's got any transfers he wants to talk about. January quite dry in the Prem.
I'm looking now. Odegaard for Arsenal. I don't think. I think Morgan Sanson for Villa. I think that's going to be a good signing.
Yeah, I think the biggest one was for United, wasn't it? That youngster.
Diallo. Yeah, he's gone into the 23s though. So
yeah, apparently he's nuts.
Yeah, there's a lad for the under 23s. I can't remember his name. He's English lad. He's 17 years old, and he is absolutely on fire in the 23s.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I'm looking now. Josh King to Everton.
Yeah, I know. Chelsea got got rid of Drinkwater on loan, Tomori on loan, but nothing in.
Yeah, Fulham signed Josh Madger on loan. Hopefully, he can make a difference.
Sunderland legend.
Leicester brought in no one. Liverpool with obviously the 2 centre backs. I think that could be a change in this season. City didn't bring in anyone. United, Diallo, apart from that, didn't bring in anyone. They got United's outgoings. I'm very surprised at, to be honest.
Well, what are they?
They got rid of Fosu Mensah, a defender, which they're struggling for at the moment. And then they got rid of Mengi, a defender, which they're struggling for. And then they got rid of Rojo, a defender, which they're struggling.
To me, it sounds like they've...
Phil Jones, by the way.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me they could be planning for a big summer defensively.
Maybe. But like Sheffield United, I feel like January could have been big for them. Didn't sign anyone. Yeah. Southampton, Minamino on loan.
I guess it's so hard with COVID and stuff.
COVID's a massive thing.
Yeah, I don't see Minamino having a future at Liverpool. I think if he was good enough, Klopp would have kept him.
I don't know.
The way you've injured yourself, and obviously Mane not being fit and stuff, and the fact that he's kept Divock and stuff like that before him, I don't see it. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans saying, if Klopp wanted you to be in the squad, if you were good enough, you'd be there. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was a bad time for Taki to come to Liverpool. Yeah. He had, like 2 months to settle in. And then all of a sudden it was lockdown.
You forget stuff like that as well, and stuff with a lot of Chelsea boys. No one had a pre-season.
Yeah,
pre-season's huge. Yeah. Like these Chelsea boys come in from Germany, Kai and Timu have the most stick. No pre-season to get to know the team. They were thrown into the Prem. Realistically, you think about it, they were never going to hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously no excuse for how poor they would be. Like, do you know what I mean? But I think pre-season definitely goes.
It's definitely massive for a season.
How important it is.
Yeah.
I think we got roughly a minute left. I think if your team had to make a sign-in, where would you want to see it?
Personally, for me, it'd be at centre half. I'd bring in a centre half, desperately a world-class one, or a number 9, Erling Haaland. You'd be fucking stupid if you didn't want him in your squad. It's a joke.
I'd bring in someone to help the front 3. I'd bring in a striker. I wouldn't bring in a centre half. I think now we sign them 2, Ben Davis, Kabak. And then when Van Dijk comes back, we've got Gomez coming back, Matip.
Yeah, to be fair, I can see that. An out number 9.
Yeah, because I think, I'd go for it.
30 seconds.
What are you saying, mate? Man United?
United, obviously centre half, and they need a winger, right winger preferably, just to touch the byline and literally just get like pace.
I heard Jadon Sancho's asking price has dropped, apparently. But that'll be interesting.
Anyway, before the call ends, we appreciate again you listening in.
Yeah. Thank you very much. 2 videos for you because obviously we did struggle a bit before last week.
5 seconds.
Yeah, appreciate you all. See ya.